How's it going, everyone? We're here for a special week. That's right, it's that time again, finally, for Complete the Sets week. You guys have been clamoring for one, and it just hasn't been something that's been able to fit in, and we're finally here. So some stuff from this week will be picked for the Complete the Sets week. I don't know if it'll be more than usual skins, like sometimes. Hopefully, because there are so many skins we're going to be going through today. Again, if you're new to these videos, these are skins that have a potential to get in. It does not mean they will all get in, or any of them even will. So starting off with clothing, we're going to be doing alphabetical order because it's just easier, because there's random pieces of sets missing. So starting off, we've got the Azul boots. As far as I can tell, when it comes to clothing and so forth, not counting guns, this is literally the only piece of clothing that is missing from the Azul set. Next, we have a more recent set, the Berserker set, and this one is missing its boots, which have that same kind of dragon-esque look to them, of course inspired by the graphic novel. And then over here, you've got a very special jacket that actually is pretty much just a cloak. And I don't know if this one was passed because of that, and Facepunch rather do their own kind of cloak thing, because I know they were playing around that kind of physics and so forth when it came to like the ghost costume and so forth. We'll just have to see. One way or another, it is definitely something I know a lot of you were clamoring for. Next up, we've got a pretty simple one, the black gold boots of the existing clothing, minus the road sign set was literally just introduced last week. The boots are the piece that are missing, so hopefully this can be something that gets completed. Boots again. It seems a lot of boots are skipped is one of the things I noticed. We've got the copper boots over here. So yeah, we've got the kind of newer edition of the copper jacket, which we just showed you not too long ago. So pretty much the boots are the kind of throwback one here. Next up, we've got the corrugated steel kit. So, kilt. So the corrugated steel set has the chest piece and a metal face mask, but no kilt. So nothing to protect your legs. So this would definitely be a nice one to get finished off. Also down here, another kind of older one are the Elite Force camo boots. We have the entire hoodie, pants, and gloves, but again, no boots. Got another road sign set for you, and this one should be pretty popular. We have everything except for the road signs. That means we have the high qual, but there's no kilt, and we have the hoodie and pants, etc. And it's just one of those kind of novelty sets that has always been very popular in Rust, and I could see a lot of people wanting to grab this if it actually came out. I even had quite a few people actually asking for this set still every now and then, as recent as of last week. So yeah, there it is, the camouflage road sign. Another set that is just missing some weird pieces is the fish set. This one has always been kind of popular for the jokes, but it is missing its road sign kilt as well as gloves. So these would definitely be something all the fish heads would be quite happy to see finished out. Next, we've got some boots for you, and these would be the Glistener boots. Another set that has mostly all of its clothing except for the boots. Next, we've got a hoodie and pants set for you, the Global Delivery set. We've got a kind of like in-game made lore with it. It's not really something that is part of Rust lore, but it's also a skin that has lots of different things, like there's a vending machine, door, box, etc. So I could see people wanting to go ahead and run around in this jumpsuit and do some role playing for sure. Next, we've got the Knight Templar set. This has been a very popular one. We did get the road sign set, but no high qual. So I definitely have had a lot of you guys message me, hey, will the high qual set ever be in? When's the rest of Knights Templar? So here it is, definitely a very popular one I could see selling well if it got completed. Next, we've got the version 2 of a chest piece to a face mask. There's the legendary face mask, and it never got a chest piece. So hey, maybe the version 2 has a chance this round. We'll just have to see. Next, we've got a continuation in the military set with the burlap shirt and trousers. I tried to get a little bit of different stuff in here for you guys, some more rare skins, but still stuff that people want to see complete. One way or another, if Helk doesn't go for the burlap, there is still the boots missing. Seems to be a very similar trend. Next up, we have another older set for you. It's the Monument Memories set. And yeah, it's been some long time since we've seen anything, but there are quite a few different pieces to the set. So it would be nice to actually see the road sign. I picked this one out because I think it's been the more popular asked after part. A lot of people kind of like how it sits on here with the nice little designs. So there we go. Next we have another kind of weird clothing set. We got in the road sign chest piece, coffee can helmet, and I think the high qual chest and face mask. And then I think we got in hoodie and pants, if I remember right. But we don't have a kilt, we don't have the gloves, and we don't have the boots to match this hazard set. And it is one that kind of looks like it might glow, but it just has a bright kind of neon goop on it. Next, we've got another older set for you that is also missing its road sign gloves and boots. It's the opulent set. We have the full road sign, except for the gloves, and then we also have the high qual. So maybe we could also see this set finish up. Next, we've got a hoodie and pants set from the Pixel collection. That's definitely been a very popular one, so I could see a lot of people liking this one. It does look kind of odd translated onto the hoodie and pants, so maybe that's why it was skipped in the past, or maybe he'll just decide to come back to it later. One way or another, I could see a lot of people liking it. It's very unique looking, and it's a very popular set. Then we can go ahead and cruise down to some boots for the Phantom set right here. These are like version 2, I think, but they popped out a few times. And no, I think they're still the version 1, but definitely the only piece of clothing missing from the Phantom set. Next, we've got the Renegade Road Sign gloves. These are missing out from the set, so that would definitely be a nice addition to finish up. And another very old one down here, we've got the Playmaker set, which is also just missing its boots. We've got some high qual for you with the Target set. We got in the road sign, so maybe we can also get the high qual set. It just is nice to kind of look like a Target dummy. It just fits Rust, you know what I mean? And it did pretty decent, I would say, so I could see the high qual set selling good if it made it into the store as well. Next, we've got the toy set. We've got the hoodie, road sign gloves, and pants. These are the only missing pieces to the actual like armor part of it. So there we've got the gloves, and you can see the whole set kind of looks very armory. That could be maybe why it was skipped. I know how usually says try not to make hoodies look too armored to confuse people, but I think it's still pretty obvious it is a hoodie. So hey, I mean, this would be a no-brainer for a lot of sales. So hey, could be one we see. Next, we've got a couple jackets for you, starting out with the training jacket. And yeah, that was always a very popular set, and it's a nice dark black jacket. People always like that. The white highlights aren't too much, they wouldn't expose you too bad, and the set did really well previously, and again, it's one of the few missing clothing items. For clothing, we have the boots and jacket you have all been waiting for, whiteout, jacket, and boots. Every day I get multiple messages, not a joke. I at least get one daily message about whiteout something, either the jacket or the boots. So here they are, people, here's another chance, and honestly, if they don't make it in this time, I'm gonna probably say it's safe to say they aren't going to. So we'll just have to see. I'll always keep trying for you, but there they are. Alright, let's jump into the deployables. First up, we've got the Fire Phoenix sleeping bag. We got a couple of items and deployables, and the one that you guys seem to have the most feedback for wanting was the sleeping bag itself. Definitely really pops nicely on this one, so I definitely thought this would be the best one to pop on in here, so to say. Then we've got a single furnace for you. We get a lot of furnaces, but this one has had a lot of ask for it, and it is the Toxic Dragon Furnace. And we also have another furnace kind of a little bit ways down there. So actually, I forgot. I tried to get at least 2 of each type of item if I could. Some have more. It's such a hard thing to go through. I went through over 300 skins, I think, for this video. So yeah, it was like, yeah, more like 260, but still, there you go. Next, we've got the Bombing Small Box. It's definitely kind of like a bright box that a lot of people would like in their base, I think. And it isn't one that glows, so for anyone that's not looking for a glowing box for once, this would be the one. Next, we've got some unique items. We've got the Cargo Heli set, and I think the table, we don't really see tables, and this is just like a very unique one. It does have like a little glow on it, and this set has always done really well when it popped in. The fridge is also very unique, that you can see through the whole thing, and it kind of just looks like a locker box. And it even has like the little hack laptop in there and everything. Definitely very unique ones. I could see people, you know, for wanting to grab for some variety. Plus, you know, Always helps if you can find out where they are in your dark base with a little bit of glow. Next, we got 2 pieces from the Toxic set. Again, I try to get items that we don't get in the store as often, but still from very popular sets. So, of course, we have the Toxic Fridge and Vending Machine. So, it's been some bit since we've seen a vending machine. Fridges are always kind of rare, especially glowing ones on both sides. So that is what we kind of had the reasoning behind there. Next, we've got some pretty little ones here. This is the Fireflies set, of course. And we've got the other furnace over here, which actually lights up nicely with the kind of the fireflies at night when it lights, which we'll show you here shortly. And then we've got, of course, the door with the 2 different sides. Also, garage, almost forgot to say, the vending machine does have another side with a light. That's very important to some people. Then we have another wooden door over here. This one is part of the Molten Visage set, another kind of older, very popular one. And the wooden door just translates really well with it. The sleeping bag was kind of squished, so I feel like this one, it fit nicely. And I could see a lot of people wanting to grab this as an early door. Then we wanted to grab some more vending machines. We've got the Iced vending machine here by Red Rex for you. Some cool stuff you can get out of there. And then, of course, the double wooden door. Those are always something that's popular, and we don't have too many of, so I thought that would be a nice pull from that set as well. Then over here we've got a couple of other little kind of single doors. Over here we've got the Dead Souls metal door. I believe we have the double door and a box, I think? There's so many things to keep track of, guys. One way or another, it just kind of fits nice together. It's very scrappy and rusty, and I can see people liking it. Then over here we've got the Hellgate door. The armored version did quite well, and I could see a lot of people wanting to grab a scrap door to hold them over till they get that armored one. Then we've got a couple of double metal doors for you. We've got the Biointegrity door, as a very, biohazard look. And the Doodle door, another old set that a lot of people are always asking for, jacket or this. Jacket doesn't exist, guys, so the door is what we have so far. Then we've got some garage doors for you. This one's part of the Atomic set, which is a little bit on the older side, but also sold quite well as it came out. Then we've got a couple armor doors with a single one here, which is part of the Dragon Horn set, which has also been very, very popular. And then we've got some double armoreds, starting out with this one from the Apocalyptic set. It has been some time from it, but it was also a very popular set. Has some nice bright colors to it and that kind of anarchy, kind of raidery vibe going on. Then we've got the Glacial Visage double armor door for you. Don't have to say too much. It glows, it's bright, it's a double armor door. Then, of course, there's always the people who love the army set because, guns and army, it just fits with Rust. So, of course, there is the military armor door. This is probably the last time we'll try for complete the sets on this one because it is very old. But hey, it was worth one more try because it still holds up as a very beautiful door that fits the game quite well. Then, lastly, we've got another fridge for you and a double armored door from the Outer Planet set. This one's neon has always made people quite happy and sold quite well. So I could see this one being a great addition to the shop as well. So let's go ahead and kill those lights like we said we would and check out the glows. Also love this kind of like RGB glow at the top there, which just really goes well to neon. Then, of course, with this one, have the 2 different sides. Looks like they're pretty much identical on that one. We've got the Glacial Visage. Again, identical. Pretty much the same with this armored door here. And then this has the nice kind of like shining down dome. I think it just adds a nice little effect, that graffiti door. We can cruise on over to the Hellgate. And then we've got the Icy Vending Machine. Does have a nice glow to it on the front. Nothing on the back, unfortunately. Then we've got, of course, the Molten Visage wooden door. And we got that furnace, so you can actually see the little fireflies kind of poke around up on it there. But it's still kind of a dimmer furnace. Then we've got the toxic ones. Like I said, the vending machine does have a light in the back. Then we've got the cargo set with its glows. Of course, you're all familiar with that box. Take a nice little spin around the furnace. And there's that burning phoenix. Alright, next up we've got our tools and weapons, and first off we got a couple hammers for you. I try to stretch out the weapons as best as possible, and man, it's tough. Because there's some sets that are missing a lot of pieces, and some that are only a few, so yeah. But we've got the From Hell hammer as well. Then we've got this Night Farmer's hammer, which is basically like a glowy moon rock. So actually if we go ahead and kill our lights real quick, you can see it has that glowy moon rock look there. And then we've got the glow on the From Hell hammer. And then we also have the From Hell rock. So there's the glow on that one. And the no glow. Then we've got another hammer for you, and I forgot this is actually a glow one as well. It's the Pixel hammer, and like the little torches actually light up on this one, which is quite neat. There you go. Almost skipped that. Then we've got another rock for you. This one is part of the low poly set, so definitely been pretty popular recently. I could see this one doing quite well. Next, we've got some salvage axes. Everyone always wants to see some more of these. We rarely ever get skins for them, so maybe we'll have a chance. I don't know. I'm trying for you guys. We've got the rebar salvage axe. We have all of the rest of the tools that could be skinned, that are skinned for this set, except for this pick, if that makes sense. Then we also have another very popular one from the past here, and it is part of the tactical set. This is definitely another very clean pick. Then we have a jackhammer for you. It is part of the shimmering set. And yeah, I just kind of tried to dig through and find a few jackhammers, and I was only able to find this one, really. If you have any other suggestions, I'll try to throw it in there in last minute. Hey, you never know, right? Then we've got some bows for you. Starting out here, this is part of the Overgrown set. A lot of people really liked that one, so I thought this could be a potential bow. Then we've got some crossies for you, starting out with this one with the Glistener set. We saw the boots earlier, and I figured, well, you know, we can pop another part of the Glistener set in there with the crossbow. A lot of the kind of more primitive weapons are missing, and I think that'd be a nice addition. Next, we've got another crossbow for you, and it's part of the Banger set. This one was pretty popular. It has kind of a cool, like, old school kind of graffiti-esque look to it there. We're going to do a reload. And there's that one. And then we've got one more crossy for you since I couldn't really find another bow, and this one is the Metal Waves crossbow by Ideal. And let's go get that reload there. Then we've got a couple Eokas for you. This one's kind of on the brighter side. This is the Prisma Eoka. Could definitely see people liking this one. And the Prisma set had some more primitive stuff like tools and so forth, so the Eoka still kind of fits into that one there. Then we've also got a Smoldering Eoka for you. This set has been quite popular with that kind of burnt off look with it. And it does have a glowing version as well, so could be glow. Maybe not. That's all up to Hulk on that one. Then we've got some pythons for you, starting off with this one right here. Then we've got another python for you with some gold trim. That's the Obsidian python. Again, another very popular, kind of rough looking set. It has a gold sight and a nice black shiny finish to it there. Then we've got some SARs for you. Starting out here, we've got that kind of symbiote looking set with the Quarantine set. And the SAR is one that got skipped over, so I could see this one popping in. It's early weapon a lot of people use, and I could see people wanting the skin for it. Next, we've got a couple other SARs for you, starting out with this one right here from the Mirror set. That's another kind of older one, or it's the Shattered Mirror, I should say. Definitely a popular set, and it would be a nice addition to it. Again, we could use some more kind of early skins, right? Then we've got the Blackout SAR. There's a set name you haven't heard for a while. It's pretty much the only thing missing from the set, so hey, it would definitely will be a good one. Then we've got some Tommies for you. This one should look pretty familiar as it's a more recent set. This is the Vortex set. Thompson, or Vortex Thompson, I should say. There you go. So many names today. Next, we've got another bright kind of Tommy for you, and it is the Zebra one. This was a set that got quite a few of the early guns, but kind of just tapered off, so hey, maybe it has another chance. Then we've got some customs for you, starting out with this one here, the Velocity Custom SMG. Also been a pretty decent selling set, so I could see this one potentially popping in. Then we've got another banger weapon for you with the Banger Custom. Just kind of one of those ones that just translated quite nicely to the gun, I would say. Even down the sights here, you've got that angry face. And we'll do some reload for you there. Next, we've got a couple MP5s, and this one should look familiar as it is the Toxic Wolf MP5. In case the set isn't familiar to you, it does not glow, despite its kind of neon coloring. Then we've got another bright one for you. This is the Atomic MP5. We saw the garage door, and I think the MP5 is kind of just a nice fit as well from that set. It does look like it has a glowing green tip, however, it does not. Then we've got some AKs for you. For these, I try to look for more unique stuff missing from sets, and the Bamboo set hasn't seen anything for a while, and I think the AK turned out quite nice, and I could see some people really enjoying the uniqueness of this one. Then we've got another kind of military-esque one for you. This is the Elite Crate AR, and again, another very kind of military-looking one that a lot of people would definitely pick up. And the SAR did quite well, so I could see this one potentially doing quite good in the store as well. Then we've got something you may have not seen for a while, and it is the Sea Monster AR, but it's part of kind of like the Aliens and Monsters set by Odyssey, and yeah, the AK just has such a nice bright different color to it. I thought it might be something that people would enjoy from an older set. We've got a few more AKs for you, starting off with this one here, and it is the Solar AK. This was also another kind of bright and very differently colored set. It did decently, so I could see the AK popping into the store potentially. Then we've got some LRs for you. Starting out right here, we've got the Comics LR. It's been a little bit since we saw anything in the comic set, and the LR always is a good seller, so I could see this one doing all right. Then we've got the Venomous, I believe. Yes, Venomous LR. There we go, another brightly colored thing. And this set has quite a few guns, so I could see another LR being a potential running mate there. Then this should look pretty familiar as we just saw the AK. I guess I could put these next to each other. This is the Solar LR 300. Again, it translated really well to this. I kind of like how it breaks up with the grips and with the grip in the front and then the different, you know, alternating patterns along the body. You kind of have some curves and then you have some very straight lines as well. Then we've got another LR for you, and it is the Whiteout LR. Yeah, there we go. That's an older set, but again, a very potentially good seller, especially with that red sight there. Then we've got a couple M39s for you. This one should look pretty familiar because it is the No Mercy M39, and this is the version 2. Had to double check there for a second. Then we've got one more, like I said, and this one is the Rising Moon one by White. And yeah, it's just a well done one, and there's, again, not too many M39 skins, so I could see this one potentially doing pretty well if it popped in. Then we've got some Balties for you. This one is from the Pharaohs set, so of course is the Pharaohs Bolt Action. This is adorned with some nice gems. You've got the eye, and then when you aim down the sides here, you've got a scarab. Then we've got another bolty for you, and this is the lightweight bolt. This is from the lightweight set, if you can't tell from the name, and it's been a very popular set. It kind of has that military but also cobbled together look to it that looks more kind of new agey, less kind of crusty. Definitely been very popular, so I could see the bolty do well. Next, we've got some L9s for you, and there's quite a few. Starting off, we've got the Azul one. It just kind of has that nice, beautiful blue tint, and, you know, nothing too fancy, but definitely a very well-selling set in the past. Then, speaking of well-selling sets in the past, we've got the Doodle L96. Definitely another one I could see a lot of people wanting to grab if it popped into the store. Moving on from that one, we've got a very fancy looking one. This one's all armored up. It is the L96 Military. And again, from a very popular kind of, well, military set. Thus the name. Next, we've got a few more. And this one, well, if you can't figure it out by now, you should know is the Rainbow Pony set. So there it is, vomiting up. And yeah, all its rainbow glory. Then we've got another very armored looking military-esque one for you. This is the Shadow Strike L96. This set has done pretty well, and it's got kind of nice gold highlights to that kind of matted armor there, with a little bit of digital camo poking through. And we've also got the Tempered L9 version 2. How could we show some L96s without this one, right? And last but not least, we've got a couple of M249s for you. Starting out, we've got the Outer Planets M249, and yeah, it's just got that nice little artwork on the set, on the side of it there, and you've got the box with rockets, and aiming down the sights, you've kind of got like a neon blue kind of rings to it, but again, not a glowy thing. Then we also have another very kind of armored looking M249, and this is the Obsidian M249. You should recognize from the other Obsidian gun we showed you earlier with the Python. Nice gold trim to it, with the sights there, alternating gold and black. And there's that reload there. And last but not least, the Tempered M249. Yeah, doesn't exist, isn't in the store yet, so hey, that could be another potential big hitter, as the temper set always is. But that is it, guys. Thanks for going through this huge video with me. I hope some of the sets you guys are wishing to be completed do get completed and your best wishes come true, guys. I've been trying to get all this feedback as I can, and I put this list together with all sorts of love over like the course of like a week and a half. Usually it's done in like a day or maybe two, so a week and a half, a lot of time into it, 300 skins. I hope there's something in there for everyone. Thanks for watching, stay rusty, and have a good one.